relate this to the topic. Oh, I have the thing. Thank you. We'll relate this to the topic of zero trust because ultimately it's a unified effort. You're going to see a lot of direction from my team in the Navy at OpNav and similar direction from Marine Corps of all of these initiatives and efforts are aligned and drive us towards modernizing and securing our networks and our IT infrastructure. And so you'll see what are the specific approaches for C2C. And then we'll highlight our implementation progress to date. So where do we stand between Marine Corps and the Navy on our progress, and wrap up with any specific challenges, common challenges we're seeing, and of course, open the floor to questions you may have. All right. So what is Comply to Connect? Other than a very catchy acronym, Comply to Connect, it was issued as a DAO concept operations in 2021. It's ultimately a security framework that helps support the principles of zero trust. It is laser focused on providing visibility, hygiene, mitigation, and controls across those endpoints. So the best way to think about Comply to Connect, if you are wondering, is focus on the word connection. Focus on the connect part of that title. It's all about ensuring that devices are connected to our network to be monitored so that we can validate that they have met the standards before they then access individual network capabilities or resources. And so C2C applies across the gambit of IT, OT, and Internet of Things. Think assets, they have to connect. And that comply to connect is really, the comply focus is that validation step to make sure that those devices have met the appropriate controls before the user utilizing that device then is able to access the things that they need. If that sounds like what you think zero trust is, it's because it is, right? It's very, very similar in its alignment. So we're going to introduce C2C really as that key enabler of zero trust. Hopefully for folks online and those in the room, zero trust is not a new word or a new phrase. It's not a new concept for you. I put here on the slide this Pantheon image. Ultimately, zero trust is articulated. It is via 7 pillars. That's what we use across the Department of War in illustrating and documenting our progress towards zero trust. Zero trust is not something that is I'm going to buy me some zero trust. It's not a add-on capability. It's at the core of the architecture and the operations of our networks and our IT portfolio at large. So some aspects of zero trust are individual capabilities, things that you can buy, things that are specific software applications or compliance tools that you can leverage. But other aspects of zero trust are no-kitting an operational profile to demonstrate that the network is in fact secure in the way that you operate and defend it. C2C, going back to that 2021 concept of operations, focuses on how we get after zero trust, and the aspects of C2C really hit on 3 of the key pillars. And so I've highlighted those, color-coded them similar to how they're color-coded on the pillars of that Pantheon model. It's focused on device. It's on understanding the inventory of devices, detection and compliance of those devices, and then authorizing that within real time to enable remote access and connection to the network. It relies on the user or supports the user pillar. Through Comply to Connect and the connection monitoring that's enabled there, you're able to track behavioral and contextual ID and biometrics, and that supports the behavioral analytics that then align to visibility and analytics, that other side of the pillars. And of course, later steps of C2C, because C2C is a journey that starts with various steps. You're going to hear step 1, step 2 a lot. Captain Slaughter is going to speak a little bit about the 5 steps that we are targeting. But as we mature in our C2C implementation, it then enables automation and orchestration in support of that pillar for zero trust. All right. So with that, really, at the end of the day, C2C is a way for us to measure progress in delivering this very complex cultural and architectural shift of zero trust. It supports that decision making. It integrates with many of the enterprise IT services that you probably heard about a little bit yesterday if you're here in the room with us during all of our keynotes yesterday. Things like enterprise ICAM solutions and those authorization gateways along the way. And so we're very excited to continue to make progress on C2C. And so speaking to those specific problems and the steps that we're taking to get there within the Navy and the Marine Corps, I will turn it over to Captain Slaughter.
Okay, thank you. So I'll just briefly go over the kind of wicked problem that we're handling in the Department of the Navy. So you can see the little bumper up there, but that really boils down to between the Navy and the Marine Corps, we have a